Good evening, passengers. This is your pilot, Ben Pearson, the Roser Tracker speaking. We are going to continue our journey through the American Southwest, as we've decided. Today we're going to fly probably the most exciting flight. We're flying over a number of different national parks. We have Zion National Park that's over here, the Grand Canyon. We'll hit the very edge of it. We're going to fly over Lake Powell on our descent. Bryce Canyon is, I think, in this area. I should know this, but I don't. Very, very beautiful area. Although we're going to fly over it with a high-speed jet from altitude, so we might not do that much. Assuming that we have some time, later we'll go explore Monument Valley from Page. It turns out there's an airport right here that we may do a touch and go. We'll probably fly something a little bit less crazy, a little bigger to make our way over there. But this is very beautiful country. This is the Navajo Indian Reservation. Four Corners is somewhere right around here. Yeah, I used to live in this area, so I've seen quite a bit of it. But we'll see it from the air, which is something I have not really ever done. We're going to fly for the first time a jet airplane, a twin-engine jet. Should be a lot of fun. We'll take a peek around before we get too far. And yeah, let's make sure that all of the streaming is going fantastic. And it looks like it is. Did the time change? Hang on. I thought we were flying in real time. Huh. Well, I guess it's night over there. I had just done a test flight just a few minutes ago that was during the daytime, so I'm a little confused as to how that ended up being nighttime, but yeah, you know, we'll figure it out. Anywho, let's go ahead and get started here. So we're starting, as we have been, with the interface turned off. We're going to go through the relatively mild checks. We got the brake, which is working. Check. Power level is set to idle. Good. Generator switches on. So that is these two. We're going to switch these to on, which they already were on, but it's good to know. Good. Battery switch is this big one. Once we do that, then things are going to go a little bit interesting. I'm going to hit the L button so we turn on all of the lights. Avionics switch is set to dispatch, okay, it's the bottom position. I did not get that right on my checklist last time. This is a little bit different of a plane. We're going to start the right engine. We push the engine starter button. And then we're looking over here. And so we're supposed to hit this when N2 equals 20. So this is N1 and N2. It's going to take a little while, and that is perfectly acceptable, as with any good flight simulator video. These things take a little bit of time, and you want to make sure you get it right. So this area is super mountainous, which is part of why I wanted to fly a bigger jet to cover it. It's a fairly long distance. Page is not a particularly big airport, but we should have no problem here. One of the more interesting things that happened at the Page airport was the magician daredevil David Blaine took off from there with a bunch of balloons, helium balloons. So he was just tied to them. He didn't even have his parachute with him. He just walked up there, got tied in, and then he had to go reach up for his parachute when he got up to altitude. So that is where David Blaine took off. And yeah. Anywho, we seem to be stuck at 1. I don't know. This seems to be taking us to 20. I think this may be the order that we're supposed to do. So we're supposed to monitor this, I guess, until this N2 gets up to 20. Which we're going to continue to. Let's turn on our other engine. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. We'll put the cover on. Because if we hit this button, then it will suddenly stop. So just going to keep an eye on this to make sure it looks like it is starting up well. I'm going to go ahead and tick the item, though. We're going to keep an eye on it, but we'll go ahead and, let's see, flip the avionics switch to on. Check. The lights are all on at the moment. We're going to have to do things a little differently. We don't want to turn into ground quite yet. Well, we can tune it to ground. There's two different frequencies. Let's choose this one. Now, we're still in our pre-flight checklist because this hasn't hit 20% yet. But when that does, which is going to be real soon, then we're going to turn in. We're going to turn off our cabin lights. Let's take a look while we have the cabin lights on. Ooh, it's all pitch dark back there. Maybe we'll change the time of day. I did not realize it was this late in the day. Jeez. It's dark out here, but this seems off. Oh, this is totally off. Okay, this is a lot better. Woo! So I'm going to hit the light switch, and we're going to get the lights properly configured. So they are over here. We need the beacon, the nav, strobe, and we don't really need taxi. We should probably technically have landing lights, and we'll turn on the logo lights too, just for funsies. Okay, we're at 20%, so we are going to request departure south.
Salt Lake ground, Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo, ready to taxi departure to the south with Sierra.
We'll release the parking brakes.
Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo, taxi to and hold short of runway tree full right using taxiway Hotel Hotel 1.
Taxiway Hotel Hotel 1. Acknowledge taxi clearance.
Taxiing hold short runway tree 4 right via taxiway Hotel Hotel 1 Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo.
Okay. So we are on our way. We're just going to pretend that this little guy here isn't, because we don't have a way to back up, unfortunately. Sorry, guy. You'd get out of the way in real life. All right. It looks like our cruising speed so far is pretty low, but like 15, 20 miles an hour. Something like that. We're just going to follow the taxiway here. What's amazing is this is still virtually idle. Oh, we got a little car coming out. It doesn't even feel like we're moving, but we look sideways and oh man, we are booking it. So we're going to be taking off the opposite direction, and it's kind of hard to see here. We're at 168. Whoopsie daisies. So we're going to be taking off, unfortunately, to the north. We want to be going south. Let's slow down a little bit. Just take the engines down. Whoa, really slow down now. Okay, we're doing fine. We're getting close to the runway. Looks like there's nobody in front of us. This is good. Okay, the brakes are on and we are basically right at the spot. We're going to request takeoff.
Salt Lake Tower Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo, ready for departure to the south at runway tree 4 right.
Romeo, Kilo Romeo, altimeter 29.9er.2 at 3. Departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway tree 4 right.
Acknowledge takeoff. We're good to go.
Cleared for takeoff, runway tree 4 right, Cessna Romeo, Kilo Romeo.
So let's pull up our nav log. We'll leave it over here. It's pretty simple, but we're basically going to be heading to the south. I don't think this... Wait, why does it want me to go that way? We're right here. We're going to take off this way. I don't know what it's trying to tell me to do. But we're at a runway and we've got approval to take off, so we're going to do this. 34 right. I mean, I don't know what it's doing. Come on, game. Get with the program. Alright, so we're going 100 knots. 120. 140. 160. 180. Let's go ahead and pull up our landing gear. Pull up our flaps if we had anything, which I don't think we did. Okay. So we're going to... We were approved to start heading south. South departure, acknowledge. We're going to keep climbing. Acknowledge.
Salt Lake Tower, Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo, frequency change.
So we're going to turn on the Salt Lake approach. We're going to request Class B airspace, which is, you know, decently high up there.
Kilo Bravo Tango Foxtrot 7,100 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Oh boy, it's really hard to read. We need to acknowledge squawk code.
0056 Cessna Romeo, Kilo
So
Romeo.
we should be going 162.
Romeo, Kilo Romeo, radar contact 1 mile. South of Kilo Bravo Tango Foxtrot, 10,500 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Okay. Acknowledge.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace, Cessna Romeo, Kilo Romeo.
We want to
Salt
set up
Lake
our
approach, Cessna Tango
RFR.
Romeo, Kilo Romeo, 2 miles southeast of Kilo
Let's
Bravo
keep
Tango
climbing.
Foxtrot, request IFR to Kilo Papa Golf Alpha, ready to copy.
Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo is cleared to Kilo Papa Alpha Airport as filed. Squawk 0056.
Okay, 162. Read back.
Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo, cleared to Kilo Papa Golf
We
Alpha,
are
ready to fly.
now
Squawk
pretty good.
0056.
Cessna Romeo, Kilo Romeo, read back correct. Radar contact.
Oh, we have to descend?
14,500 feet.
Jeez.
Altimeter 29.9er, 2 turn right, heading 190 descent.
So let's turn our speed down some. Acknowledge instructions. Apparently we're only cleared to 9,000.
9,000 feet, Cessna Romeo, Kilo Romeo.
Turn right heading 190.
Kilo Romeo, contact Salt Lake Center on 135.775. Good day.
Acknowledge handover. So we need to be 190. Okay. Let's start our thing here. We'll contact Salt Lake.
Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo is at 15,200 feet, descending 9,000 feet.
Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo, Salt Lake Center, altimeter 29.9er, to continue as planned.
We want to go higher. We want to go like way higher.
Salt Lake Center, Cessna Romeo, Kilo Romeo. Request 16,000 feet.
Which we're already at.
Romeo, Kilo Romeo, descend and maintain 16,000 feet.
All right. Acknowledge.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet, Cessna Romeo, Kilo Romeo.
So we are flying now. Let's see. I have not learned how to set the autopilot here. We want the heading. Whoops. Let's not set the heading until we've actually set it. We should be going 1 62. Good. And then the altitude, we're going to put that at... Wonder why you can do a negative altitude. That's weird. Come on, keep turning. Almost there. 19,000 feet. Altitude.
Romeo, Kilo Romeo, you are 1,400 feet above your assigned altitude.
Descend.
Maintain 16,000 feet altimeter 29.92.
Acknowledge instruction.
Descend and maintain 16,000 feet.
All right,
Romeo, Kilo
so we need to...
Cessna Romeo, Kilo Romeo, contact Salt Lake Center on 119.95. Good day.
Okay. Acknowledge the handoff.
19.95
So we need
for
to
Cessna
still
Romeo,
go
Kilo
down a little bit. What are we at? We're still increasing our altitude. So we're going to hit our vertical speed on contact Salt Lake Center.
Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo is passing 17,600 feet, descending 16,000 feet. Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo, Salt Lake Center altimeter 29.92, continue as planned.
Okay. We're looking fine. We want this on. No, vertical speed is supposed to be negative. What are you doing to me, autopilot? You're supposed... Wait, hang on. So, our altitude is set to 16,000 feet. We're going to get yelled at.
Romeo, Kilo Romeo, contact Salt Lake departure on 126.25. Good day.
Okay, acknowledge handoff.
126.25 Cessna Romeo, Kilo Romeo.
Turn to Salt Lake departure.
Salt Lake departure Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo is passing 17,800 feet, descending 16,000 feet.
Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo, Salt Lake departure altimeter 29.92, continue as planned.
Okay. We're going okay. As soon as we get here,
Cessna Romeo, Kilo
Overspeed.
Romeo, contact Salt Lake Center on 119.95.
jeez, you keep getting handed off to different people.
119.95 for Cessna Romeo, Kilo Romeo.
So we're flying near our max speed, which is fun.
Salt Lake Center Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo is at 17,500 feet, descending 16,000 feet. Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo, Salt Lake Center altimeter 29.92, continue as planned.
So let's just keep going here. We'll keep an eye on our speed, make sure we're not going too fast. Looking at, we don't see any airplanes, so we're probably fine.
5334, you are 49 miles southeast.
Finally a call for somebody that's not us.
ILS runway 34 right approach.
151. Our angle is slightly off. I'm just going to put this in altitude hold mode on. We're going to set the heading on.
Maintain 11,000 feet.
And then is there like a master autopilot that we need to turn on?
Uniform transition cleared to Foxtrot, Foxtrot uniform, SkyWest 5334.
I don't think we're on autopilot. I think I'm missing some fundamental thing. We're doing okay. The heading hold is on. Speed match, we don't care. Altitude hold is on. Yaw dampener. Autopilot on. There we go. Let's try this. Okay, it looks like we're getting to our 160 We're supposed to be 162,
SkyWest 579er, ATR 51 miles southeast.
which we're
Descend and maintain
getting.
11,000
We're almost
feet.
there.
ILS runway 34 right approach via Foxtrot uniform transition. Cleared to Foxtrot
We're
uniform.
increasing slightly, which is a little concerning. Let's turn this on, and we're going to
Cessna Romeo
drop
Kilo
down a
Romeo,
bit.
you are 400 feet above your assigned
Yep,
altitude.
I'm just working on it.
16,000 feet altimeter, 29.902.
Acknowledge.
Descend and maintain 16,000 feet Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo.
All right.
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 34 right
I
approach.
think we are here. We can start taking a peek here. So at this point in time, Spanish Fork, we're vaguely over Utah. Not Utah, Provo. Jeez. We're vaguely over Utah, guys. Yeah, we're only like at the north end of the state.
Southwest 4321 contact.
You know, beautiful green valleys. It's a beautiful valley. Ooh, this is a fancy airplane that we are flying in. But it's, you know, much, much greener, you'll note, than most of the mountains that we're going to see here. They have nice forests and all kinds of stuff. Okay, let's check. We're altitude hold mode on. Let's hit that. So that's going to slowly bring us back up. We're going at a good speed. And we have 32 minutes of flight at this speed, hopefully. Which seems off. I'm not sure how they get this. The distance is 245, but 32 minutes. And our cruise, I mean, we're going almost 300 knots. Yeah, something's a little screwy, but that's okay. I think we're doing reasonably well. All that being said, we're flying parallel to our intended flight path, but we're, you know, going pretty decently on it. This is fine. We got this. No worries. When cabin lighting. Oh! This does have more convenient. Let's just look at the controls. Secondary trim. We got our engine, our throttle, which is set. Flaps, levers, speed brake. That's interesting. Don't know what this is intended for. Got our flight computer data that is beyond my current skills. But I will get there. Alright. We're doing fine. Let's just bring this back up so we can look out the window and see what's going on. The navlog, I'm not going to completely close it, but we're going to largely get rid of it. We'll make do. So we should be well past Provo by this point in time. We can check our map here. Yep. We are now in like the part of the Salt Lake, Utah area that pretty much nobody lives. There's a few small towns that are in this area. Ooh, what do you want? Knowledge handoff.
125.575 for Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo.
Okay, we got another handoff.
Salt Lake Center, Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo.
Man, it must be really hard to keep track of all of this stuff. Especially the flight controllers. I mean, props to the flight controllers for keeping track of this. We're a little bit low Let's turn on vertical speed, and we're gonna put this at just a scooch. Why can't I can descend? No, vertical speed on. There we go. Like 200. And as soon as we get to 1600, then I'm gonna hit the attitude hold. Actually, let's just hit this now. I don't know why we were off, but we were. No little window that you can poke your head out here. What do we got down below? You know, I think I'm good with flying at 16,000 feet. We'll be able to see a little bit more than we would if we were down lower. This is still well high of any mountains. Maybe we'll fly a real bush plane over Monument Valley. That could be fun. Get in nice and low. You know, at this point in time, the stewards are coming out. This is a private jet, and it, you know, they can close this off so that the pilots have their little privacy. Little privacy, I say. Jeez. Okie doke. Well, where are we now? This is roughly over Zion National Park. That is, I believe, over here to our right. Wonder.
Romeo, Kilo Romeo, contact Salt Lake Center on 133.6. Good day.
Like, all these people want to do to talk to me is just tell me to talk to somebody else.
Romeo, Kilo Romeo. Salt Lake Center, Cessna
I'm gonna push some
Tango
other
Romeo,
buttons.
Kilo Romeo, 16,000
I don't know what these
feet.
buttons will do, but let's.
Cessna Tango Romeo, Kilo Romeo, Salt Lake Center altimeter 29.9 continuous planned.
Okay. Let's see here. What other buttons are there? We've got the trigger, which does something kind of weird. I don't know. Get that button. We got different flight modes. Maybe if we hit these, do they do anything? No. All right. Let's just take a look outside of the plane for the fun of it. Looks like our plane is flying just fine. Manti. I didn't realize Manti was this low. So we'll change the camera around it a bit, but I believe we're flying roughly over the I-15 that is the pathway to Las Vegas. We're going to lose that pretty soon. And the way that I used to go when I used to take this trip was there is a little highway through here. And a highway, I use the term very loose. It's lots of switchbacks right through this valley. It's a 20-mile stretch of road, but oh man, is it a lot of fun. And it connects to Highway 89, which is not too bad. That goes pretty much, it goes through Page, among other places. What do we have over here? I do not remember there being this much water, though. Wow. You really see things differently from the air. I love how some of the airplanes that were going to take out the water landing, the boats and stuff, Because, you get on them and they'll be like, yeah, in the very unlikely event that we have a water landing, we have a flotation device on here. Because why would you have a water landing anywhere here? You can still take the seats off and use them as flotation devices, but that's about it. All right. We look through here. We'll take a little preview of what we're going to see. So, Lake Powell is this thing right here. And this is the Glen Canyon Dam. And pretty much right from that start is the Grand Canyon, all of this stuff. This is the Colorado River. Hugely, hugely important river. We're going to fly over Kanab, which may be this little airstrip. This is probably Kanab. Although it's hard to tell, I don't have airport names memorized. Lake Powell is a pretty fantastic place to go look through. Wish I knew the names of some of these mountains, but I do not. Salena, I do not know where that is. Huh. So this is some of the most remote country that you'd ever see. It is, you hardly see any towns anywhere through here. They're few and far between. Major interstate that goes through the area is I-15, I believe goes along here. So we're now much more on the Highway 89 land, which is much, much more rural. We're kind of sort of passing along the Zion, which maybe we'll do a lower dip through here. I do want to explore some of these areas more. Zion is known for its very sheer cliffs. It's not very big, but it's a very gorgeous national park. It's probably my favorite one, even though, the Grand Canyon gets all of the oohs and ahs. It's just not quite as cool. Where are we? So the Arizona border is roughly right here. We're just barely going to be touching into that state as we make our descent. Maybe way off here in the distance. Man, we are booking it. It's fun to fly jets. Let's going to give ourselves a little bit more power. We'll see if we can cut this journey down even more. Let's go make sure, though, everything looks fine in the cockpit. Okay. I wonder if we can get out and look. I don't see how to do that, but you can, I think. We seem to have reached kind of the no man's zone where, we stop handing over flights. We're just cruising along and they're finally, not having to tell us what to do. We're flying at exactly the altitude they're telling us to. We're flying pretty fast and going 162 degrees, which is what we need to do for here. So we'll do fine. Page is a fairly small airport. I hope we can land. It looks like it wants us to fly past it. Although maybe if we're lucky, we'll be able to land from the north. Now I think I selected the other direction, but we'll see. We'll see. At some point in time, they're going to hand us off to Page. Decel. Wonder if that's our deceleration point. this point in time, we're only a couple 100 miles away from Page. Man, this takes forever, too. This journey from Salt Lake to Page, if you're driving it, it takes like 6 hours. Because it's all through mountainous terrain. The speed limits are decent, but you got to be careful, and it's so windy and all of that kind of stuff. But we're doing it in 40 minutes because airplanes are awesome. Well, 50. Let's go back and take a look on the outside. That was pretty neat. Now, as we get further south, these mountains actually get to be higher, which is why you see some snow on some of the tops of these. There's not a lot of skiing that I'm aware of that happens here. There is some at Humphreys Peak, which is, you know, keep going past Page quite a bit, and we would eventually end up there. We're starting to approach our speed limit, so we're going to take our engine down just a scooch. We're 22 minutes, and this says 32 minutes is how long it should take, so we're maybe 2/3-ish of the way there. Now, you'll notice this area here. This is called the Painted Desert. Very different area. Than this side. This side is much, much greener. You know, you can still grow things here, although it's so mountainous, it's hard to do. But this is probably the most arid part of the United States. These mountain ridge here will essentially suck up all of the water. And you're not left with much. It is fun to fly in a jet that has a lot more power. Wayne Wonderland. I have no idea what that is. Huh. We could turn... Oh, GPS tracking, isoline map. Oh, this is the altitude. So the 89 actually comes up along here through this valley off to the left. So this is an area that I have not really been at. Highway 89, I think, is through this valley here. Some farmland. This is kind of the Navajo Nation. Navajo Nation is all about this painted desert look. It's just how it is. So let's go back to cockpit. See what it's like in the airplane. What's all these switches here? Ooh. Climb control. Bet you these don't actually do anything. Looks like they're just backup switches? I don't know. Maybe they're emergency. Ooh. This is neat. All right. Yeah, this brown rock here is very typical. This is... So the Navajo Native Americans have 4 different sacred mountains, and I believe this is one of them. I cannot remember the name of this. This is... one of them is Humphreys Peak, that is near Flagstaff. This, I believe, is the north one. And I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called. Maybe, can we... Flight assistant. Can we improve No, we don't want to do that. Wish I could find the name of this mountain. I should have looked some of this stuff up beforehand, but it happens. So we're now coming up to a plateau. Fairly flat, but I mean, for this to be snow, this has got to be pretty high up, right? Page, don't think it's said, is about 16-ish thousand, not 16, 6,000 feet in elevation. It's pretty high up there for the United States. It's probably part of the reason why David Blaine did his journey there. So Page may be the... No. So if there's water in this area, this is the Colorado River and Lake Powell. Huge reservoir. It's quite a bit emptier now than it normally is. Got the sun setting. I'm going to hit us up just a scooch in power. Looks like 183 knots is what we were actually supposed to be aiming for. But we'll go a little bit higher. We are approaching the time where nominally we'd be reaching Page. And you know what? We're actually pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. Loa Airport. Never heard of that place. Oh, look, there's another airplane off on our right. So, right around there. Can't see it. This is probably Lola Airport. Just a little airstrip. Nothing to write home about. Is that me? That was me. No, Sky West. Okay. That's a commercial flight. It's fine. We're going to turn off the camera controls at this point in time. We're going to stop dinking around outside, I think. Look. The map. We're getting close to this decel indicator. Presumably that's where we should start paying more attention. It's beautiful country. It's very unique. You know, I live now in a beautiful state, but it's the same kind of beautiful that a lot of places have. But this is just distinct, which is so cool. I never really did appreciate this when I was living in the area. Okay, I lied. We're going to do more playing with the camera. We still got some time. Escalante is one of these small towns that services a lot of tourists to the Grand Canyon and whatnot. This is probably Highway 89 that we're getting close to. Drove through that city many times. It's so tiny. So, is this the river? No, we're still way too far away from Lake Powell for it to be Lake Powell. But the Highway 89 is going to curve around this way towards the river. And No, it actually... See, it crosses this way and then it comes around this way, I believe. That's how it is. I think. It's been too long. We're starting with my oldest memories and then working my way towards more recent. So we are just a little bit faster. I'm going to just take the throttle down just a scooch. We're 2 minutes away from... minute and a half away from our approach phase starting by the clock, but you know, we're actually not that far off. I would anticipate Denver. How interesting. Acknowledge the handoff. So this airport must be in Denver's territory. So we need to contact them quickly. Tune into Denver. Contact them.
Denver Center, Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 16,000 feet.
Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo Denver Center altimeter 29.92 continue as planned.
Let's say vector to the next
Center, Cessna
waypoint.
Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo requesting vector to next waypoint.
Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo turn right heading 1905.
Right. All right. Acknowledge.
Turn right heading 1905 Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo.
So, okay, we're getting probably closer to maybe this decel point. I don't know. Maybe we want to cancel our flight plan.
Denver Center, Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo. Cancel IFR at this time.
Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service
Okay.
terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
So, nearest airport list. We want to find... Oh, Page Muni. There we go. Page Muni. We're going to tune into it. And we're going to select runway 15. And we're... announce a full stop landing. So this is an uncontrolled announce position.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo
This is an
Romeo,
uncontrolled
18
airport.
miles North 16,000 feet inbound to land runway 15.
All right. So we don't have to be nearly as controlled as we would. Let's switch our heading back to 162. That will take us more in line with this VFR map. Because this is an uncontrolled airport, you know, we don't have to have the issue that we had last time where, you know, they're sending us all the way south. We can just do whatever we want. But the bad side is we can do whatever we want, right? So we've announced our position. The theory is, you know, we're talking to the other people around us. We're making sure that we're the only ones who are going to be landing in here. Much, much better than the whole Salt Lake debacle. I'm going to stop this now. By the map, we are fairly close. I'm even going to turn this down. We're going to turn down our speed. We're going to hit the approach. We're going to hit vertical speed mode, and we're going to decrease 1,000 per minute. It should be a decent speed. We're going to see if we can find the airport. I probably should not have closed the GPS map, but that's okay. Ooh, it's kind of hard to see. I wish that I could just look up over the dash a little bit, but maybe that's too much to expect. So this is definitely Lake Powell. We are way high. We need to increase our rate of descent, which means we're going to take our power here quite a bit lower. We're going to go down to 2,000 feet per minute. Maintain the heading, because we definitely know that Paige was in this range. Now let's see here. Let's see if we can see this. So we're clearly over Lake Powell. I'm even going to turn the power further down. Not to full idle. I think this may be the city of Page right in front of us. The airport was a little bit off to the left. We're going to announce our position
Kilo
again.
Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 12 miles north 13,000 feet inbound to land runway 15.
12 miles. Holy moly. We're going to pass it. There's no freaking way. Like 12 miles away. We're going, 1 mile, 4 miles per minute. And in 1 minute, we're going to be down 2,000. We're going to be at 3,000. Yeah. We're going to pass it, but this is fine. This will give us a nice time to do a tourism flight over the city of Page. We don't get a lot of planes in the area. We'll even see if we can do a fly past the Glen Canyon Dam. While we're descending, let's just take a peek outside. So more of Lake Powell. This is the part of the lake that, I've been to, but I have been camping in the area. This is definitely the city of Page, and this is the airport that we're trying to land at. Right. So we're going to... We'll announce our position.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 5 miles north 9,500 feet inbound to land runway 15.
This is the city of Page. Where's the Glen Canyon Dam is somewhere right around here. Oh, right there. Right there. So we can barely even see the airport now. All right. Let's turn off our autopilot. We're gonna dead stick this now. We will put a little bit of thrust because we are gonna have to do a go around. We're losing a lot of speed, and that's probably a good thing. Let's see if we can level ourselves out. All right, we're going to try to maintain our attitude. Let's get a little bit more speed. So we're going to go ahead and announce our position again.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 4 miles southeast, 7,000 feet inbound to land runway 15.
We may land in the wrong direction, which is bad. But you know what? Nobody will know anything, right? Right. Let's stay up. So we see Marble Canyon. I really don't see the airport, though. Let's announce our position again.
Kilo
Whoops, it is.
Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 5 miles south, 6,100 feet inbound to land runway 15.
So we're south. And that means the runway is to the north, and we are, not heading there. Obviously. Yeah, we're doing okay. So this is Highway 89. Don't see the freaking airport, though. Where are you, airport? I think this is the airport straight ahead. Does this look like an airport? Oh dear. Let's get some more feet up.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 3 miles south, 5,200 feet inbound to land runway 15.
3 miles south. And we're heading almost due north. I don't see... This is it, isn't it? It's right off... It was right by the lake. We saw it for sure. There it is. We are right there. Okay. Now we found the airport. We're going to do a curve. Hopefully not get our passengers too sick. A little bit sick is okay. Okay, now we're going to do a hard left. Nope, we need to do more to the right. All right, let's just go in this direction. I think it would be easier if you could just, peek above the dash a little bit, but, well, this is a private jet. It's meant to fly into these little airports, right? So we're going to do a hard turn. Get a nice view of Lake Powell. Let's keep going. Where was that airstrip? Hang on.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 3 miles northwest, 6,700 feet inbound to land runway 15.
Overspeed. Oh dear. Let's not break our plane. We'll keep it to halfway. So we're not seeing the thing. We had it. We were doing so good. tilt a little bit less. So there's the Glen Canyon Dam, which, man, that actually looks pretty neat. Let's come up along it a little bit more. So there's Lake Powell that is created by the Glen Canyon Dam, which is right there. Yeah, we'll be fine. There we go. Whee! Overspeed. Boy, we're causing lots of angst, but man, are they getting a good view or what? So here's the airstrip again. So we're going to go fly the right-hand route. We're going to go this way. Let's turn off the camera controls. We don't need this anymore. We need more visibility. We're going to announce position.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 1 miles east, 6,200 feet inbound to land, runway 15.
So we're going to go this way for just a moment. Even a little bit to the left. Now, we need to go pretty much... It's runway 15. So we are not going to be landing on runway 15. We're going to be landing on runway... What is that? 33? Yeah, 33. Which means we need to circle around to a 33-degree air point. We need to go a little further. Okay, let's do this now. Hard right. I'm looking at the wrong knob. 15. I'm looking at my speed, not the angle. Well, let's keep going. To 33. Whoops. Let's get up. Pulling up. Not so much up. So I think we passed the airport again. Yeah, we did. Well, we can see our little GPS map. We'll base off of it. Okay, we're now going the right direction. Okay, landing gear. Whoops, landing gear. We've got some flaps. We're on a good approach. We're going to announce on final.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo is on final, runway 15 to land.
Nobody's complaining, so this is good. Okay. It's a little hard to see the nose in this thing. Oh dear. We're gonna do a touch and go. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ooh, this would be bad. Full power. Take our flaps up. Take our gear up. Nearest airport list. Back. Page Muni. Select a runway. We're going to be runway 15. Oh dear. Okay, let's get ourselves under control here. Okay. Whew. That was rough. We're going to announce a full stop landing. Announce the position.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 2 miles northwest, 6,000 feet inbound to land runway 15.
Everyone's going to be like, what on earth just happened there? Ooh, boy. Luckily, there was nobody to see that embarrassment of a landing, including you YouTube people or Twitch people, both of which may be landing. All right. The problem is landing in this thing is actually kind of tough. The clearance is very, very small. So let's see here. Let's overspeed. Okay, we can definitely slow down to basically a stall. In fact, let's stall. We'll climb to bleed off a little speed. Okay, good. So we're going to go just based off of the GPS. We're going to announce the position again. We're going to do a hard burn because I don't really care. We're way too high. There's no freaking way. Okay, so this is going to be one more go around. I hope you guys like failed horrible landing attempts because, man, we'll put it at 50% power, which should be more than enough. We're just going to go straight forward. We're going to try to stay roughly level. In fact, we can even slow down some more. So we're going in a good direction so that way when we turn around, which will happen eventually, Lake Spur Airstrip. All right, let's do this. Landing a jet is much more difficult. In fact, let's go. You have so much power, but you have so much responsibility too, right? Keep coming around until we're pointed straight at the airport by GPS. I was trying to do this strictly with visual navigation, but turns out that's really hard. Okay, we're going to kill everything. We're going to put flaps up. Put our landing gear. I know, pull up. It's okay. All right. We can do a Kerbal landing. Oh, we just going too fast. We're gonna go 50% speed. So we're gonna pull flaps, pull the landing gear. We didn't announce our final either. Let's give it a little bit more thrust. We don't want to get too high though. So let's go a little bit to the right here. Okay, that's good. We're going too high. I'm going to kill our speed down to near idle. And we're going to just try to stay level. Okay, let's start to curve in. We'll do a hard bank. Stall is not good. As long as we're short of a stall, though. Okay, we're headed straight towards the airport now. We can see the runway. I'm going to idle. Going to set our flaps up. We're going to set our landing gear. We're going to announce that we're on final.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha Traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo is on final runway 15 to land.
500. This is good. We need to line up a little bit better with the runway. Okay. Looks like we may be having a little bit of crosswind. We need to pull up more. Okay, and come up. Stall. Okay, stop. Please stop. Woo! Oh, what a mess. So I don't think we're going to fly this plane again. It's too hard to land. All right. So let's see here. We can turn off. Let's turn off our engines right here. Flip off our avionics. Woo! That was rough. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Anywho, let's go back to the main menu. 2 takeoffs and 2 landings. I guess it counted. Touch and go. Bad touch and go, but that's okay. Okay, so we are at Page Municipal Airport. Okay, Page. And then we're going to... honestly, I'm going to target it towards this Monument Valley Airport, but that's not really what we're going to do. Set as a rival. Definitely not going to use this plane. Let's do... This is probably a good choice. So we're going to fly a Textron Aviation flight. 19 minutes, visual navigation. We'll go ahead and fly. $1982. I can't even imagine a flight simulator with 1982 level graphics. 40 years ago. I mean, jeez, I still think of like Text Adventures in 1982, although I know they were a little better than that. Oh. We left this one started, but that's fine. Let's go ahead. We'll do a nighttime takeoff, but we're going to change the time once we get in the air. Okay, looking good. Let's go ahead and pull up. We are departing to the east.
Kilo Papa Golf Alpha traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo taking off runway tree departure to the east.
So let's turn the weather to real time. All right. I mean, we could tune into an airport, but honestly, I don't think we're going to. We're just going to follow the nav log path. So we're going to head to 76 degrees. Well, we may as well turn into them.
Denver Center Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo is type Cessna Caravan 2 miles north of Kilo Papa Golf Alpha 5,300 feet. Request flight following. Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo Denver Center. Squawk tree 001.
Acknowledge squawk code.
Squawk tree 001 Cessna Romeo
I want to
Kilo
fly at
Romeo.
like 9,000 feet for this.
Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo radar
Whoa.
contact 2 miles north of Kilo Papa Golf Alpha 5,800 feet. Altimeter 29.9
Acknowledge.
Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo.
This is all. Should we? Sure.
Denver Center Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 3 miles northwest of Kilo Papa Golf.
We're mostly going to dead stick this, although we
Tango
will request the
2592
IFR
Romeo.
clearance just for the fun of it.
Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo is cleared to Uniform Tango 25 Airport as filed. Squawk tree 001.
Acknowledge.
Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo
Okay,
Romeo cleared to
heading
Uniform
on.
Tango 25 Airport as filed. Squawk tree 001. Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo readback correct.
I don't want to go to 17,000 feet.
Altimeter 29.9 turn right heading 075 resume on navigation climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
Acknowledge instruction.
Right heading 075 resume on navigation climb.
Okay.
Maintain 17,000 feet Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo.
Good. So they want us to go to 16,000.
Romeo, you are 62 miles west. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway tree for approach.
What? Acknowledge
Maintain
ascend.
present heading and altitude. Expect vectors visual runway tree for approach Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo.
Vertical speed on. We're going to go up. Okay. Approach mode off. Heading on. Vertical speed is on. We are climbing. Probably too fast. Jeez, what the blazes is this doing? Did I not turn on my autopilot or something? Transfer autopilot? No, autopilot on. There we go. Now this should be behaving much better. Okay, we are climbing. I don't think we want to go 17,000 feet though. Jeez. We are doing so bad at navigation tonight, guys. This is awesome. Don't ever let me be your pilot. Just don't. If you ever see me in an airplane and I'm anywhere near the pilot seat, just run away. Like, seriously, run away because, you know, walking might not be fast enough. All right. We are seeing the lovely Lake Powell as sun sets. We're flying kind of along it. We're going to head towards Monument Valley. Let's pull up the ATC VFR map. See what we're doing. You know, I don't remember Monument Valley being here. Looks like the airstrip is different. This is going to be interesting. Really don't know why I'm going to set the altitude at 9,000 feet. I don't care what the air traffic controller told me. We're going to do things our own way. We'll let them yell at us. It's fine. In fact, let's just cancel IFR.
Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo. Cancel IFR at this time.
Cessna Romeo Kilo Romeo IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR.
This mountain might be too high.
Good day.
Okay, let's nearest airport list. We want to go to further Monument Valley. Tuba City has an airport? No, it doesn't. No. Monument Valley. So we're going to listen into here. We're going to say, I don't know. Actually, we're not even going to do this. No, we do want to turn to that airport, though. I'll select one. Further. Whoops, back. Hang on. Page is still the closest. We want to go further from us. Further still, Monument Valley. So we're going to select the runway. Let's take the south runway. We're going to announce a full stop landing. We're going to announce our position.
Form Tango 25 traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 5 4 miles west 8,500 feet inbound to land runway 16.
Okay, we're doing fine. 56 miles west. So we need to be going mostly east, which 74 is a good mostly east trajectory. Excellent. This mountain may be higher than I had realized. When we actually get to well, okay. I don't really want to fly at sunset. Let's liven this up just a bit. We got the autopilot set on now, but this is mostly just so we can, take a look at the sightseeing stuff. Let's go ahead and set our camera controls as well so we can look outside. We may hit the fast forward button. No, we won't do that. But let's take a look from the outside. So these are little outskirts of the Lake Powell. Some little feeder and rivers into it, although they're pretty minor. I don't know. You can go down these. It'd be really fun, and one of these days I'll do it just to get a boat and go hang out on the lake for a while. Although it's kind of limited right now because the lake's drying up. The southwest United States is in a really, really hard times these days. So let's see here. How fast are we going? So we're going 130. So that means it's about 20-ish minutes. That's fine.
Uniform Tango 25 traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 48 miles west 8,500 feet inbound to land runway 16.
62:48. So it's about 20 minutes or so. Okay. We're kind of approaching the Four Corners area. This, I believe, is another one of the sacred Navajo mountains. This is probably the same one that we were seeing, actually. Now that I think about it, from... Yeah, because we flew in along this way. So this is probably that mountain we're going to see closer up. We're going to fly right over it, so we may even get the name of it. We do not have as fancy of a GPS, but we're going right along our intended flight path. This is good. This is a much better plane to do sightseeing. Much more fun. Although we don't have the cabin lights or the oxygen. Could play with a fuel selector, but that's obviously a bad idea. Inoperative. It's really too bad we don't have the cabin light switch. Let's see if there's anything else we can mess with while we're here. Oh, it has a nice little climb and approach, cruise. Huh, nice. Nice little indicators. You often will find stuff over here. Wish I knew what all of these things were. Maybe they're the fuse box or something. Grand Caravan Cessna. Interesting. My wife likes... Oh, Navajo Mountain. Duh, that's what it's called. So yes, this is absolutely one of the 4 sacred Navajo mountains. We may be able to see one way to the south, which will be over here. As we do our future flights, we will be seeing that one, which is Humphreys Peak. I've actually hiked to the top of that one. It's a fun little journey. Ooh, wow, I did not realize this deep canyon that shows right before you get to Navajo Mountain. This is a super, super remote area, very hard to get to. Not a lot of people do, and they're actually quite happy about this. We're now very much on the Navajo Indian Reservation. I'm sure that our plane will be safe. Check the external view. Lots of fun hiking type opportunities here. We're gonna fly really close, but I don't think dangerously close. You know what? Just in case, let's set our altitude to 9,000 feet. We're going to set the vertical speed on to about 500 feet per minute. Yeah, this is higher than I realized. I think we're fine though. Yeah, we're fine. Look at this. I mean, and we're gaining a little bit of altitude. We'll be fine. This would be a fun hike up this mountain, but it is kind of a no-go. Not everything that you can do. You know, people hold mountains sacred, and it's good to respect that, even though it would be a fun thing to do. All right, let's take a look at our navigation. We're at 13 minutes, and so we're going to be getting close here. We'll see if we can see all of these navigation points. Navajo Mountain that we're basically right over. I don't know why it shows up over there.
Uniform Tango 25 traffic Cessna Tango Romeo Kilo Romeo 3 miles west, 9,200 feet inbound to land runway 16.
All right. We are dead on course. I'd kind of like to see this runway before we do too much. Maybe we'll see it from the external point of view. Navajo Mountain. I do not think this is Navajo Mountain. I think this is Navajo Mountain. You have your waypoint wrong. Silly thing. This may be like a viewpoint. Yeah, this looks like there's ways to get up here. There's other mountains and stuff that get snow, but there's not really a lot of snow ever in this area for whatever reason. Nice little circle here. I wonder what this is. Oh wait, is that an airport? Oh, it's a... That looks shockingly like an airstrip, doesn't it? Maybe not. Nope. There's no way. Although, according to this, there's one right behind us. I wouldn't want to land on that one. That's all I know. Oh. They do have a little navigate. Okay. So we are not going to be lined up for this runway at all, which is fine. But it looks like it's roughly straight ahead. I closed the navigation. Let's pull that back up. $16 minutes. We tend to run a little bit slower for whatever reason. So, yeah. This will be fine. We're going 124. That's been pretty consistent. So, it's going to be 30 minutes instead of 18. But we're still getting fairly close to it. Monument Valley. Very, very unique formations are in this area. Let's go ahead and decrease our vertical. Set our altitude to 8,000 from this point forward. We're going to set our vertical speed on and turn this down. We'll go down 1,000 feet per minute. We'll hold 8,000. That's a pretty good altitude, I think, to hold to. More of this gorgeous painted desert, although it is kind of hard to see. Let's make it a little bit earlier. There. That's better. If you're going to do this, actually, let's go right here, right at sunrise. That seems like an appropriate time. A little bit later. Let's go about 7:30. Yeah, this looks gorgeous. Okay, so we got some points of interest. Can we ISO map? Yeah. So this feature here, I believe, is this. Nothing of huge concern, and then there's some point of interest, maybe a helipad or something that's over there. And then the runway that we're looking for is actually on the other side of this mountain. Yeah, the Grand Canyon has a very distinct look to it, but quite frankly, you know, this area has a lot more of it and more variety. Getting close to our 8,000 feet. Excellent. Ooh, we're getting buffeted around a little bit. Some weather coming from these mountains, I'm guessing. So if I remember right, all of the points of interest were on the other side. So we're going to look around in this area and see what kinds of interesting things that we can see. Ooh, it's cheeky. Heading is still 7.6, so this is good. Once we get beyond here, then we're going to start to do some exploring. And the sun is rising right now in the game, so this will be good. Should see it poke its head up here pretty soon. So we're going almost dead east. Sun should rise from right around here. No visors in airplanes. It must really not be fun to fly into the sun, but I guess you could change your angle so that it's not facing towards you too bad. I don't know. I have a couple of pilot friends. I'll have to ask them what they do. Boy, it's having a hard time keeping us right there. Our non-existent passengers are all okay. Let's see, we're about to fly over this little outcrop feature that's over here. If we look on the left, you can see that there's a dip down, which is why this is green. Interesting. Let's see if we can look up a little bit. There we go. This is better. All right. So the airstrip should be right around here, but we're going almost perpendicular to it. But there again, we're looking for other stuff. Okay, let's turn off the autopilot. All right, let's go ahead and slow our thrust down because we're going to go look. And honestly, I don't care that much if I crash. This is not this. The 05 UT. That's what we're seeing dead ahead. It must be a helicopter strip or something. The airport, I am not seeing this airport at all. I don't know, it's on the map. So if that's dead ahead, then the airport is... Oh, there it is. I see it. It's, I'll point with the mouse. It's right around here. That's the airport that we're eventually going to land at, but we don't want to land there yet. We're going to do some sightseeing. All right, let's maintain this altitude over this geography. I'm going to close the VFR map here. The airport is off. Well, let's just kind of bank towards it so we can see. Let's get some more power. That airstrip should be in this general vicinity. I think it's on top of here. Okay, we'll turn back on our map. Yeah. We're headed pretty much dead towards it, although... Jeez, I do not see this thing. There's a strip there. That's probably what it is. It's all good. We're going to bank away from here. We're going to start going lower because we want to see some of these points of interest. I think I downloaded I downloaded a couple of things. Some built-in mod packs and some external mod packs that have some points of interest, and there was a whole bunch of them that show up here in Monument Valley. Don't see what this is. Like a house or something? I don't know. Most of the stuff, though, of interest is all the way over here, so we're going to head over there. Ah, there is the airport. There is no doubt whatsoever now. Good. Good, good, good. You know, can I turn on autopilot? I'm going to ditch the ATC. No, we're just going to go straight. So I wish I had appreciated more. Monument Valley, I know, is a well-known landmark. A lot of the old Western films were filmed in this area. So you look around, you can see a lot of those kinds of landscapes. And this in particular, Eagle Mesa, was one of the major landmarks. So we're going to fly along Eagle Mesa here, and then we're going to go land. And we're going to be bad boys this time and not announce our landing. I'm sure we'll be fine. We may need a little bit more altitude. Yeah, this is fine. Brigham's Tomb. king on his throne. Stagecoach. Do some low flybys. Some really interesting types of mountains. Stuff that you don't really see anywhere. Hey, there's cars on there. Cool. This actually reminds me of some of the mountains in Breath of the Wild. Kariko Village. Let's just, for the fun of it, let's see. I'm gonna turn down our speed a bit, and we're gonna see if we can do an external control here. Where's the camera mode? It's here. Duh. See if we can see some of these lovely things. I don't know how well we'll do at avoiding the mountains, but I mean, just these little random peaks that are everywhere with a flat valley. So unique. Can we... check this out? Oops, I guess we gotta put a little bit more go juice. Sentinel Mesa. Let's see if we can get this lined up. Come on. I think there's an achievement for this, and I'm seeing if I can get it. 500. Whee! Alright. Let's go to our airport. No, let's fly around some more. It's the last flight of the day, so we're going to have some fun. This looks like it would be fun to climb. To rock climb. All right, we'll stay above here. Let's go a little bit more. Go juice.
500.
I'm sure you'd get yelled at in real life if you were doing this kind of flying. Van Butte, Clay Butte, Spearhead Mesa. So let's go ahead and turn back. We're going to head towards the airport that we were originally intending to. I'm going to switch it back to cockpit view. And let's see here. Let's pull up the IFR map. VFR map. Let's see, where are we? You're over here. So, actually, we want to take a hard right. Hard-ish. So we're headed almost straight towards the airport, and the runway is north-south. So we probably want to go more like between these peaks. Maybe we want to go around the one on the left. I think that's what we're going to do. In fact, if we're going to go around, we may as well do this where it's a little bit more fun. Okay. Go right between these two peaks. Feel like we're getting a little bit of lift here, which is nice. All right, let's go back to the cockpit view. And then we're going to turn. I think we're no, we're not quite there. Problem is this would have to be a very hard bank, so we're going to turn a little bit more to the left and then right. Keep going. All right, we are way off the runway. Let's slow our speed down some. Deploy our flaps. This is probably a very flappy kind of runway. Yep, we're going to head down. This doesn't look like a runway. There's the runway. It's almost straight in front of us. Oh, hey, how about that? No. No.
500.
That's water towers of some kind. Let's just do a flyover of the airport. Should be to the left here. Should be right around here. Why don't I see the airport? I saw it before. I know I did. Maybe this is just a dirt airstrip that's... Oh, maybe it's a approach from one direction only? I'm not seeing much of a runway. Because we should be roughly lined up with this runway. Although it's probably a little more to the left. Let's pull up. We're going to go out to the north, and we're going to see if we can find this coming from the other direction. Is this the runway? Yeah, this is it. So this is really a land in one direction only kind of airport. Okay. They do exist. Lukla from last time being the quintessential example. This definitely looks like a runway. So we're going to go a little bit out to the left, or to the right. We're going to keep maintaining this for a minute, for a scooch. And then let's turn and do a hard bank turnaround. Oh boy. We're going to zoom in on this map a little bit. We need to keep doing that hard bank. Not quite as hard, but still pretty hard. We are going... we still have full flaps. Oh dear. Drop. Landing gear. Yeah, I'm just saying screw it at this point in time.
500.
Pull up. Okay, we're doing all right. Ooh, this is a small runway. All right. We landed. Hey, anyone you can walk away from is a good one. This is a lot better than the last one. It's a decently long runway, too. Let's go check out the other little planes here. Probably mostly little puddle jumpers for sightseeing purposes and stuff like that, although I doubt that's actually done in game. Oh hey, there's a car. Let's clear the runway. They really must not get a lot of traffic out here. Whoa! Dude, where'd you veer from? Alright. Anywho, let's see here. To turn this off, we... go down to idle. We... There's some switches over here. Starter engine off. Fuel pump off. Battery off. Let's see. Let's just cut these. It's probably a better way to do it, but I don't know what the trick is. That's external power. Avionics power. Yeah. We landed. It's good enough. We got some fun sightseeing done. Next time, we're going to go through to... probably to Tucson, maybe to Casa Grande. I don't know. We're going to go do more exploring of the desert. Thank you guys much for joining me. Please leave your seat trays in the upright position, and we welcome you back to Roadster Airlines next time. Take care, guys.